Hello again, SGBeers. I'm Companion Wolf. Welcome to another Smile Game Builder tutorial. This video is dedicated to tweaking the preset 4 direction compass event. The default compass presets are flawed in that they only really function properly when in first person mode, so this is how to fix or tweak them so they work in both normal and first person views. So if we use the compass 4 directions preset first, which is added in the common event, stick with the defaults, we can see exactly what happens. In first person view, when you move around, the compass will move accordingly. However, in overhead or normal view, absolutely nothing happens. So to fix this, we are going to create a common event from scratch. You can delete this one, and it will be a blank event which we'll name compass 4 directions, and I will just add a new. First we need to set up some variables in variable setup common event, which will be used shortly. This is part of my standard variables setup. I went into more detail on this in the Explorer's Guild tutorial video, part 1. The link is in the card above or in the description below. The first one we need to create is the camera Y settings. The next one is for the camera mode, and the last one is for the player direction. We'll see why shortly. So once that's done, we can return to this event, the 4 directions compass 1 we created. It will be an automatically start, synchronize, repeat triggers so they run in the background, just like the preset does. We will add a check variable box for the camera mode. This will be set to 0 for normal or overhead view. And next we are going to create 4 additional variable box branches for each of the cardinal points. So to begin, the first one Next, we're going to create 4 additional check variable box branches for each of the cardinal points. These are based on the player's direction. The first one, therefore, is with the player direction set to 0 for north, because it's 0, 1, 2, 3. Then we will add an image, and I'm going to set this for 255 so it layers on top of everything, and you just use the default compass north. I'm also going to set this to 798 because I like having the compass in the top right corner, and I'm also going to reduce the size slightly, 75% and 75%. So now we can copy and paste this and then set the direction to 1 for south, and once again change the compass to south and do the same for east, which is 2, and the same one for west, which is 3. Now, under the camera modes, conditions do not apply, which is right here. We're going to add variable branches based on the camera's y-axis. So we'll add a check variable box. Once again, this time camera y, and the angle is set to 0. And then I'm going to copy and paste these 4 more times. This is north, this is east, so the angle, the camera y 90. And then the next one would be 180, and then this one would be 360. No, wait, it would be 270. So this is north, east, south, and west. That's correct. So we can just copy and paste these. North, east, south, and finally west. I'm just going to check this to see if it's right. And that's it. I'll provide a snapshot of the text form version on the SGB Athenaeum so you can follow this step by step. It might make it easier. And incidentally, you will be able to download some free compass images from the SGB Athenaeum and my itch account very soon. And I'm also going to release a paid pack with more compass images for different genres, from fantasy to sci-fi, very, very soon as well. I'm just finalizing some of the overall designs. Now I wanted to integrate the Compass 8 direction event into this one. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work as expected. I don't know why this is, but I discovered this when recording the playtest for it, and I had to delete that particular chunk of the tutorial and re-record this part. Once I figured it out, I'll put it in another tutorial a bit later, sometime in the future. In the meantime, we can still playtest this one that we just created. It will work in overhead view, and it will also work in first person view. As always, you can watch these tutorials on my YouTube and Odyssey accounts. You can also subscribe to me on social media, Twitter and Facebook, and donate via PayPal or Buy Me a Coffee. Everything helps and goes towards hosting costs for the most part. However, I'd like to do game development full time, especially for the Unreal Engine, and it takes time and money. So being able to support myself and focus exclusively on this, it'll mean that I'll be able to bring much more content, much more regularly. Monthly Subscribe Star patrons will receive updates and early access to my games, as well as unique or game exclusive assets. If you're keen on following the Explorers Guild tutorials, monthly Subscribe Star patrons will also be able to watch them a week before they're officially released. So it's worth at least considering subscribing there if you're keen on getting them before anybody else. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Until the next time.